Well, goddamn. Chamber show last night. It was a good show, but was not as good as. It's not worth the hype. The show, in some areas, is worth a watch, and in some areas, is not. But let's get into this. We got a impromptu kickoff match. Zack Ryder vs. Stardust. Stardust won. Nothing was accomplished. Moving forward, the Miz TV segment, which is pretty good. Miz made Miz look like a dickhead. And Daniel Bryan, told him to shut up and ba. Daniel Bryan saying that he's not retiring. Thank God. Overall good segment. Then the show got started. Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. New Day versus Cesaro and Kid versus Lucha Dragons versus Los Matadores versus the Ascension versus Primetime Players. This was a little bit cluster, but it was still good though. And the Lucha Dragons in this match made this match awesome for the first little bit. Fucking Sin Cara doing a swanton bomb off a pod and all this other crazy shit. And I guarantee you Kalisto had a sick ass spot. He climbed to the center of the chamber at the top and just did a dive that could have killed him, but didn't for some reason. But overall, at the end though, New Day won. A little bit of a cluster, but it was still good though. I enjoyed the Elimination Chamber tag title match. Then we got Nikki Bella vs. Paige vs. Naomi. It was a Divas match. And since Nikki Bella won, I pretty much have come to the conclusion that Nikki Bella is either going to make it right up to AJ Lee's Divas title reign or beat that title reign. She's been champ for a while now, and there's just no sign of her losing anytime soon. Next we got match of the night. Probably close to match of the year for WWE so far. John Cena vs. Kevin Owens, fucking amazing, as expected. There was a spot in this match I almost shit my pants when this happened. Kevin Owens set up for a package pile driver, but he switched it at the last second. Oh man, would that have been insane. Yeah, hard-hitting, ass-kicking, physical, great wrestling. Just amazing match here. Kevin Owens picking up the win, as expected. And in a badass fashion, also. Neville vs. Bo Dallas, whatever, filler match. Level 1. Moving on. Intercontinental Championship Elimination Chamber. Sheamus, Ryback, King Barrett, R-Truth, Ziggler, and Mark Henry. Rusev wasn't in the chamber match as expected. This sucked. Absolutely sucked. This chamber match. Probably the worst chamber match I ever had. They didn't even know what the fuck they were doing. Bad News Barrett breaks a pod with Ziggler that Mark Henry's in. So they're like, alright, do we have Mark Henry come out of the pod? Does he stay in the pod? For like a solid 30 seconds, they were like, what the fuck do we do? So then Mark Henry just went out there and started whipping some ass. Sheamus's chamber door got stuck because of his cross. He jammed the door with it, which was decent. Which is a smart evil strategy. Just shit. Just a shit chamber match. Is there anything worth noting in this? Mark Henry did nothing. The only positive thing I could pull out of this is that Ryback won the Intercontinental title. Now, I love Sheamus more. I never really hated Ryback. Like, I was a huge Ryback fan. He wasn't my favorite at the time, but I was a huge Ryback fan when he was on his huge, like, mega push in 2012 through, like, mid-2013. Especially when Ryback, probably the highlight of his career up to last night was when he attacked Cena on Raw that I went to the night after WrestleMania 29, and he was fucking over. Then he fell into a slump, and I was like, eh. But, you know, since he came back and picked himself back, I was like, okay. He's been building momentum for a little while, and he won the Intercontinental Championship. Finally, he's going somewhere. Also, very humble. I really liked what he did with Daniel Bryan. That really elevated him as a face and proves that he kind of gives a damn. So, you know, I guess that was cool. Hopefully Sheamus wins the IC title soon, though. But, yeah, finally Ryback. Because I hate when stars go up, and then, kind of like what happened with Axel, except Axel is Axelmania now, so it's all good. Along with some others. But at least Ryback's going back up. The way he was supposed to go. And Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose for the WWE Championship. Not as good as I thought it would be. It was good. But I was expecting a classic. Wasn't a classic, but it was still a pretty good match. After the match was awesome, though. Well, first I should probably get into the match itself. It was good. There was interference by the Authority, blah, blah, blah. Seth Rollins was going to do the Phoenix Splash, but he landed on his feet. And I think Ambrose hit him with Dirty Deeds and then got the pin. But then the other ref gained consciousness and DQ'd Rollins. So Rollins is still champ, but Ambrose won the match. Then Roman Reigns came out and started kicking some ass. God forbid he stays backstage. And Ambrose and Reigns, this was amazing. Just, not the fact that just they left with the belt and they're all like, making all these beer gestures is funny as hell. And they'd be talking about champs buying the beers. It was just funny. Funny stuff. And they go in the crowd. Stephanie and Triple H are not going to be too happy about this, though. But overall, Elimination Chamber was good, but it wasn't all that was hyped up to be. Do I say give the show a watch? Some parts. The Ambrose and Rollins match, I would say watch. The Tag Chamber match, I'd say watch. And the Owens and Cena match, I would say definitely watch. Otherwise, the rest, stay away from.